Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of A Chapter a Day Keeps the Doctor Away. My name is Alan, otherwise known as Hisui, and I'm from ReverseThieves.com as well as the Speakeasy Podcast. This time I'm going to look at the 7 Deadly Sins, Chapter 69. There's a first time for everything, otherwise known as What the Heck is Up with Grouther's Weird Body? But we start with Slater, or as I like to call him, AC Slater. Later on, him and Zack are tenuously going to team up so they can get a plan past the old principal building of the Holy Knights. But yeah, Slater is there. And he is like super primed to fight Grouther after only kind of tangling with him back when they fought the big monster thing. And he, swings around his sword, because, it looks like a big, comical saw that you'd use to, chop down a tree. And when Grouther is just too agile and just keeps dodging him like a reed in the wind, he finally whips out his big power, which basically locks you down and doesn't let you move, and basically it's a paralysis attack. And when Grouther can't dodge anymore, he just goes up and snaps his neck. Pretty whack. And Grouther crumbles to the ground, and flashback. And you see that Slater was this kid from a village who was kidnapped at an insanely early age, and he only knew kind of being the servant of these stone cold killer bandits and kind of learning their ways, but just kind of waiting for his moment to kill these guys. And then eventually he finds out he has this control power. Before he can really kind of use it, the king swings in and saves him. And he's like, hey kid, I saw you were there captive. Look, come, join the Holy Knights. We'll hook you up in ice. And so, ever since then, Slater's kind of lived on the general straight and narrow and has this big debt to the king. So that's why the 7 Deadly Sins really get to him, because they betrayed the guy who basically saved him from a horrible life. And so we see that this flashback is actually Grouther flitting through his memories. And he's like, what the? And he's like, Grouther's like, snap neck kind of messes me up for a little while, but, doesn't stop me. So I'm thinking with his super robotic personality, I'm wondering if he's like an android or, some kind of clockwork being, or maybe a golem, like a flesh golem or something. Because I'm thinking he's some kind of artificial life form or mechanical life form. I'm not exactly sure how that makes him lust, but I'm thinking that is his thing, that he is a mechanical being. And that's why he can just get his neck snapped and, basically brush it off a few seconds later. And he's like, look, man, I saw your memories. We're both loyal to the king. You're loyal to the king. We're loyal to his, beloved princess. We don't gotta fight. We can be cool, yo. We can be cool. And Grouther's like, no! You betrayed the king. You killed the Holy Knight. And the king ordered you guys all dead. And Grouther's like, I've been through your memories. When did the king say that to you? And he's like, oh, well, he's been sick on his deathbed. And you've seen the king? and you saw him give this order? Because, the way certain people, the princess, who you should theoretically also kind of be loyal to, she says the king is perfectly fine, and maybe you should look at your Holy Night guys. Maybe, or at least have the king directly say to you, even though he's sick, because he seems to still be able to periodically give out orders. Yeah, man, no, those 7 deadly sins, they're bad dudes. Get rid of them. Because, I think you got a lot to think about. And Groth is like, and Slater's like, yeah, I think I got a lot to think about. And Groth is like, peace, all right, I'm out. You know, the more you know. Boom, 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 boom. And, of course, as we see, that Unite attack was pretty impressive, but it basically didn't take out anybody important. Like, Jericho was totally, like, well, not dead, but she's definitely not in this fight anymore. But, yeah, Kill Thunder's like, whoa, I totally sidestepped that. And Hauser was like, yeah, I knew that was going to happen. I was just really hoping I'd take out everybody else, and then me and Gilead could team up on you. But, oh, look, Hellbrand basically just is like, immune. Or at least only like quarter damage. Because, you know, I have obviously some spell that is elemental resistance. And then Dreyfus is like, yeah, that was something that you did to me. That really slowed me down for several seconds. All right. Now it's time to kill both of you. And Hauser and Gilly are both like, well, that could have went better. Well, you know, we took a principled stand. In the end, I think I'd rather die knowing that my conscience was clear rather than, you know, live as a scumbag. So, you know, how it goes. Wop wop a wah. And Dreyfus, you know, basically tries to go for the killing blow on Gilead and is saved by Grouther. And Grouther's like, hello, everyone. Well, time to, you know, weigh in on your side. And everybody on both sides is like, who the heck is this guy? How the heck did he die? What? So, that should be interesting. I'm almost tempted to wonder if they're going to jump to another set of characters. But, if so, yeah, I did not expect Slater to be dealt with so quickly. Obviously, he's a pretty good fighter, so a not combat method probably would have been the only way to get rid of Slater in time for Grouther to really make a difference. Because I'm like, that United Tag is not going to hold down Dreyfus and Hellbrand too long. And Gil Thunder, once again, yeah, those three are totally going to get around it. Basically, the only character who's going to be taken out by that is Jericho. So, I have to say, the Holy Knights really are not going to be doing well. Like, named main character-wise. I mean, Gilead and Hauser, assuming they both survive, which they probably will, are probably out the door, you know, either heading out on their own, you know, maybe tagging along with the Sins for a while, going with King Arthur, but they ain't hanging around here no more. And now, the Dorn roars, or at least Slater, is probably going to do some investigating. It might get him bumped off, but more probably it's going to get him to also, you know, exit stage left. So they've lost 3 significant members. I mean, Gil Thunder seems like he's going to be a guy in it for a while. Hellbrand is clearly a douche and is, you know, going to be on Team Evil till the end. And Dreyfus, pretty much, the only thing I could see is maybe him having a turn of heart of like, man, I totally was a royal prick for killing my brother. And man, I've damned this world. I'm sorry. Here's basically my heroic sacrifice in, at least some minor attempt at redemption. I think that's the best he's going to get. But most probably just going to go down as hard as Hellbrand. So, I am really kind of curious if they'd go back to what the heck King Arthur is doing. But I feel like they're going to save that one. At least until the whole Save Diane Grouther fight is at least well underway, if not over. But we'll see. Once again, I'm like, really? Gilead had to be the one who was saved? But, I guess, whatever. I mean, her and Grouther were pretty much doing equally well. And I feel like now that we've got 3 active, still loyal Holy Knights, and now 3 either turned Holy Knights and 1 Sin, I think it's going to be a little one-on-one action. So I'm kind of curious how the pairings are going to be. I mean, they might switch a little during combat. Some people might team up, but I'm thinking it's generally going to be one-on-one. So I'm kind of curious what the matchups are going to be. I feel like Grouther is the only one who can really hold down Dreyfus. He's just too high level for anybody who is in a Sin. I'm thinking Hauser's going to take on Gil Thunder, and Gilead is going to take on Hellbrand. That could go the other way around, but I'm thinking that's my... If I had to put down money, that would be my bet. But curious to see how quickly, Slater goes and investigates stuff. I guess now would be the best time since everybody is kind of in disarray. If there was any time to go and like sneak in and talk to the king, this would be a good time. But good chapter. Excited to see where they go next, and see you guys next week.